Good morning, YouTube. Or good evening. What's up, everybody? Um, just want the community to know I've been going through a lot. My business is still up and running. I have been uh sidebarred. We'll call it that. Um, to some of the other people that were listening to what some people are saying on YouTube and Facebook from these big companies, if they're cheaper, don't trust it. Don't listen to that. Like with guys like me, I stay small. That way I can keep my prices low. The bigger I get, the more I got to put, you know, more more of a price tag on what I do so I can cover all my expenses. See, now when COVID and all that happened, and I started noticing that, people are really hurting, I decided to cut my prices down by 60%. And I did that because the community needs, companies out there that are going to bend and flex with the way things are going. Not so much to cut their own throat, but enough to keep them afloat and help the community by not charging so much. Like I said, I got into this business for my customer. I did not get into this business to be for the contractors, even though I was going to be one. Um, that's why I dropped my price. Okay? It has nothing to do with my quality. My quality of work will always be 100. But I dropped that price because I was trying to get other companies to follow my lead, and they didn't. They didn't care about you all at all, but I did. Yeah, I even gave my customers the option. If they referred me to another job, and I go out and measure up that job and give them a quote, and they actually want me to do it because that's part of it, and I actually land it. Once I get paid, I give them a finder's fee, and it helps to pay back for their project that they got done. So that way, you know, just by talking to people about my work and how much they liked it, they end up, slowly but surely getting that project paid for. And yeah, sometimes it works out in their favor really good. I had a lady that she put in a couple of rooms of LVP. I only charged her $400, and it was only a couple rooms, and it was really quick. I was done within 3 hours, so I didn't care, you know. But that's one thing I'll do is I'll step up and move faster. That way, it's less time that I'm on the job, and it kind of makes the lower price a little bit more worth it for me. Kind of makes that ratio a little bit bigger by speeding up how fast I'm moving. Um, that's why it pays to have a real production guy. And trust me, I I was nothing but a production guy. I explained to you all in another video how, you know, my uncle was like boot camp, and I'm not kidding. Oh yeah, when I started working at American Home Interiors, it felt like I don't even know how to explain it. It felt like a big weight had been lifted off my shoulders because they did not expect me to work like my uncle did. My uncle worked me to death, and I mean to death. It was shoot, it was 8 to 4, and you're done every day, 8 to 4, and we were done by 2 o'clock every day. 2 o'clock. There was every once in a while we were out until about 3, maybe 4, but that was big jobs. And the dude I worked with, his name was Dave too, but that was Heffron. Um, he's a goofy dude, but he's a cool guy. He's really good at what he does. And yeah, man, I actually liked working for him. He was one of the coolest dudes I've ever worked for. He's laid back, chill, liked to goof off, wasn't a dick. And he also didn't have to worry about me because he knew I'll lay that stuff down when we getting out of there. And he loved that. So, like I said, don't worry. My business is still out there. And yes, I do help the elderly very well. I do not charge them for moving furniture. They also, even though my price is low, I still give them a senior discount. Oh, trust me, not moving furniture is a big discount. Some of their furniture that they have is old, heavy, and normally companies charge a lot for moving that. I don't. If they're elderly and they are physically, you know, incapable of moving stuff like that, I will not charge them. I won't charge them a dime. Not for moving furniture and putting it back. I will not. I refuse. And I'll tell you why. Because it's not like they can do that easily on their own. They would have to, get a whole bunch of people over there and probably put out money to them. You know how they are, and probably buy them food and, shoving money in their pocket because, they did help them. So I let them know that they can do that if they want. Of course they can. But if if they don't have anybody or if they don't mind me doing it, I do it completely for free. Yeah. Now, uh, physically disabled people, if they're in a wheelchair and they don't really have the means to move stuff, I will do the same thing for them. I've donated plenty of my hours of working for totally free just to help out wounded warriors, veterans, elderly. There's a lot. Uh, Coakley's. There was a unexpected expense after we pulled up their carpet. There was a spot that really needed to be patched. I mean, and it took a lot of patch. And they were going through a little financial deal. And my uncle got mad at me, but I told him not to worry about it. We'll handle it. And she said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah, because your floor can't go back in unless we patch, and that's a lot of patch, and you need it. So I'll give it to you, but just don't tell anybody I did that." Because she wasn't disabled or nothing like that. She was just in a tight spot. And a lot of bar owners and stuff like that get in that spot. They do. Even though they make good money. So, but, I don't know their financial situation. And she could have been lying. But I gave her, $600 patch job for completely free, including material. Ardex and latex. Yeah, you gotta put latex in it. And it keeps it flexible so it doesn't crack. Well, crack is easy. Of course, you drop a, 10-pound ball on it, it's gonna crack. But but yeah, I have pictures of that too on my computer. I hope you all see exactly what I've went through, because this is what it was like trying to grow up. All because I was a small dude. Everybody wanted to mess with me. Everybody. Well, I can't really say everybody, but 90% of the people I came in front of. And if they were being real rude and saying I couldn't do things, or you're not capable of this or that without seeing me, I would prove them wrong. And that was just to show them, yes, I can. And they would get mad. And sometimes we'd get into fights. I'm Irish, I'm Blackfoot, and I got a smidge of German in me. So, one heck of a mix. But I have a good heart. I'm very sweet. I don't put up with bullcrap, and most people don't either. So I hope you all find good contractors. I hope your projects go very well. And if you ever need anybody like that, DJ Services would love to help you out. We're not big, we're not flashy, but we do know what we're doing 100%. And when I say we, I mean me. I'm the only one. My apologies to the community for anybody that took things that I said wrong and got upset. That wasn't my intention. The only intention I had was getting justice for my kids. And yeah, lost my best friend, 3 of my children, found out it was planned. I'm I'm surprised I didn't go completely nuts. And bear with me because I've never been through this before, and let me tell you something. I don't wish this on my worst enemy. I really don't. I'd rather give them some character in a ring where we can shake hands and become respectful afterwards, or shake hands and go our separate ways. You know, that would be the extent. I don't like to threaten anybody's life or anything like that unless they're threatening mine or somebody else's, and have full intent to do whatever they just said. Under this small physique, I am a man, and I am 100% man. I'm not immature male. I'm not F boy. I'm not any of those things. So, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for hanging in there. If you all need any help with your projects or assembling anything, just let me know. I am very reasonable. I am very tedious, and I will give you the best job for your money. I will probably give you a better job for the money that you pay. So, thank you all, and hang in there with me. We'll get through this.